MON Family? And I think calling people lucky is one of the biggest insults we can accidentally give them. And I have a confession, okay? I used to have beef with lucky people, like real beef. The people who they win the giveaways or meet their love of their lives because they accidentally grab the wrong shopping cart, like the Hallmark movies, right? Or the people who post on Instagram and say, I can't believe this happened. And then meanwhile, I'm over here thinking, of course it happened to you. Like out of all people, right? It happens to you because somehow you're God's favorite. But then I came to a realization I wasn't actually jealous of unlucky people. I was actually jealous of what I thought luck meant. And I think that's why this conversation really matters because somehow along the way, a lot of us started believing that life just picks favorite people, right? That some people were born under a lucky star. But what if we've been looking at luck completely wrong? What if the people we call lucky aren't actually lucky at all?
This is MON, still showing up.
Poster Guide y Denise.
Let's get started with our MON stories, MON family. So, this first MON story, somebody said, I figured I'd share my L of the week. I showed up to a doctor's appointment 20 minutes early. The receptionist typed my name in and goes, I don't have you scheduled for today. I'm standing there thinking they lost my appointment, but in reality, I was a whole month early for no reason. But at least I still showed up a month in advance. That would make me mad. Honestly, fun fact about me, I don't like going to the doctor. I'm just scared. I just feel like they're going to find something, but everybody's like, "Oh my god, you have to do preventive stuff, right? Preventive maintenance, right?" But I still show up and go to the doctor, but just not a whole month early. But hey, at least you know, okay? And honestly, if it was me, I would have been like, is there any way you can just fit me in?" But it happens. It happens. So again, thank you for sharing your mom's story and for showing up. Now, the second Mon story, somebody said, I was doing chess at the gym and my gym crush walked to the area I was in. Naturally, I decided that this was the perfect time to throw more weight on the bar and impress her, and immediately realized I had made a terrible decision. And I had to yell for help to somebody to get the weights off my chest. My gym crush saw the whole thing. I've been avoiding that side of the gym ever since and going at the same time. Oh my god. Honestly, kind of happened to me before in a way. But I just pretended like it was like my failure set, when you like can't do it anymore after you've been doing so much. So that kind of happened to me. But talking about the gym, I had actually a funny experience that happened to me. So um there's this guy, he goes at the same time that I go. I was doing the high row machine. And I guess he was using it, but he had left to take a phone call. And so when I get to the machine, I'm like, oh my God, who just leaves the gym machines racked up? And I had this face because I had to unrack the gym machine or whatever. He comes over and he goes, oh, I was actually using that machine. Um, but I had to leave to take a phone call. But let me help you unrack it. And then he made another joke today. And he was like, oh, are you going to use this machine? So now like he asks me if I'm going to use it before he kind of takes over. I was like, no, you're fine. But I mean, there's different gym experiences. We've all been there. But don't be afraid. And make sure to go to the gym for yourself. But anyways, continue showing up, continue sharing your mom stories. And yeah, let's dive into luck. This past weekend, I was thinking about luck, and I know at one given point we called somebody "you're so lucky." But let's just put this into perspective. There's things that we call luck that absolutely aren't. An example, the girl who won the raffle off after buying 400 tickets, or the guy who said he's lucky in love but texts like 75 women, or the influencer who blows up overnight after posting for 5 years. Something I came across that really changed the way that I think about luck. And it was that research studied people who consider themselves lucky and then people who consider themselves unlucky. And what they found out was something that I thought was really interesting. And it's the lucky people weren't necessarily smarter. They weren't necessarily, richer or more talented. They just noticed things that other people miss. And there was this one experiment where researchers handed people a newspaper and asked them to count the pictures. But hidden inside was huge messages that basically said, stop counting. The answer is right here. And the people who consider themselves lucky noticed it. And the unlucky people were so focused on one thing that they completely missed the opportunity that was sitting right in front of them. And think about it for a second. I think we do this all the time. We're so focused on one specific job, we miss a better opportunity. Or we're so focused on one relationship, we miss the person who actually treat us. Or we're so focused on our 5-year plan that we miss amazing things that are happening today. And when you look back at that newspaper, right, experiment, it reminded me of a story right in the Bible. And I'm sure you probably heard of it. And it was of Alicia. After losing almost everything, she lost her husband. She had no money. People were coming for her and her children. And she was convinced that she had absolutely nothing left. And Elijah asked her one question: what do you have in your house? And she answered nothing at all except, oil, right? Nothing except. And MON Family, I wonder how many times we've talked like that. Like, I'm unlucky, except I have another chance, except I have a roof over my head, except I have people who answer my cause, except I have a dream nobody can take away from me, except I woke up today. The miracle didn't start when she got something new. It started when she took inventory of what she already had. And when you think about it, it's like, damn, this is how probability works. And you're like, I don't want to think about probability or math on a Monday morning. But there was another quote that I've heard for years where people would tell this golfer, wow, you're so lucky. And his response was, it's funny because the more I practice, the luckier I get. And that is life. People see the successful business, but they don't see the years of work. People see a healthy relationship, but they don't see the healing that happens first. People see the promotion, but they don't see the weekends spent studying, right, for that job interview. Or people see the podcast, but they don't see the episodes that nobody listened to. And maybe that's our problem. We think opportunities create preparation. But what if preparation creates the opportunity? Maybe you don't get lucky and become ready. Maybe you become ready and then suddenly lucky things start happening. And let's think about this like a card game. Some people start with a better hand. Some people have more money, or they might have more connections, more opportunities, and that's real. But eventually, everybody has to decide how they're going to play the hand that they're dealt with. A bad player can lose a great hand, and a smart player can build one from a tough hand. You can't control every card that life gives you, but you can control the decisions you make with them. And maybe that's where the luck, as people say, begins. And I think we've been taught about luck all wrong. We grew up thinking lucky people were chosen prettier, the smarter, the richer, or the more connected people, or people born into the right family at the right time or being at the right place. But listen to me. The luckiest people I know aren't necessarily the most talented. They're just moving. Luck has a surface area. And you're like, okay, math. Think about it. The lucky people or the lucky person applied to 200 jobs. The unlucky person applied to 5. The lucky person asked for help. The unlucky person was too scared to ask. The lucky person got rejected over and over until one person said yes. And I started thinking about what that looks like in our life. The lucky person went to brunch even though they almost canceled. The lucky person joined the gym. The lucky person started the podcast, or the lucky person talked to strangers, or applied for the promotion. The lucky person, right, took the trip or posted the video. And it all comes down to the lucky person shot and the lucky person also got rejected, and the lucky person tried again and again, and then one day everybody else looked at their life and said, wow, they're so lucky. Sometimes people, and I'll be honest, sometimes people are lucky. Some people are born into money or may have better connections, or some people may have parents who's helped them, right? And that's privilege and that's okay. Some people just meet the right person at the right time, or some people absolutely get advantages. And I'm not saying that, right? And we can say that, right, MON family? But here's what I've learned. Luck might open a door, but it can't make you walk through it. Because I've seen people waste opportunities other people would have died for. And I'm sure you've seen it too. I've seen people build incredible lives starting with almost nothing. You can't control your starting point, but you get to say in where you finish. I'm about to say something that's controversial, and it's that I don't think affirmations work by themselves. And you're like, I could have told you this. I know. Hear me out. I'm lucky. Cool. Have you ever updated your resume? Or I'm abundant. Amazing. Have you checked your bank account? I'm going to find the love of my life. Love that for you. But have you left your house this week? Or I'm healthy. Fantastic. Did you drink water today? Or I'm going to get my dream job. Okay, but have you actually applied? I'm going to start a business. Awesome. Did you register the LLC, or are you manifesting from your couch? Right? And before anybody gets mad, I actually believe affirmations work, and I'm big on affirmations. I just think that we've been asking them to do the jobs that they were never meant to do. I don't think affirmations create luck. I think affirmations create the confidence, and that confidence will create that action, and that action will then create the opportunity, and that opportunity looks like luck. Because I can't stand in my bathroom in front of a mirror every morning and say, I am successful, I am wealthy, I'm going to travel the world, or I'm going to try to find my soulmate. But if I never apply, never leave my comfort zone, or never take a chance, or never forgive, or never actually start something, life is going to have a hard time finding me. Clock it, clock it, clock it. And maybe the affirmation isn't supposed to replace the work. Maybe it's supposed to give you the courage to do the work. And maybe the real lucky people aren't the ones who manifested everything. They're just the ones who believe in them enough to take that first step. Sometimes I also think about the luckiest people I know have terrible timing. And this is interesting, and think about it. They didn't get into their dream school. They lost a relationship. They got fired, or they got laid off, or they missed the flight, or they had the baby unexpectedly. And then 5 years later, the best thing that was the best thing that ever happened to them. Maybe luck really does have bad timing, right? Now, this lets you tell funny stories. Like, I swear, every blessing God sent me came looking like a problem. You guys know I'm always backing things up with Jesus. And let's ground all of this for a little bit. And there's this verse in Proverbs that says, Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. And no, I don't think this verse is just talking about money. I think it's talking about life. And maybe we've been calling people lucky when they simply have just been diligent. Or maybe the opportunities we've been praying for are waiting on the other side of our effort. Because after everything I've learned about luck, I don't think luck always finds the smartest person. I often find that the person who's willing to keep showing up, which is why Mom Matters, still showing up, right? So show up for yourself. To close this off, Mon family, after this whole episode, I have one question for you. What if you're already the lucky one and you just haven't realized it yet? Because somewhere someone wants your career, wants your business, wants your relationship, wants what you're wearing, or wants your family, or wants your health. Someone wants one more day with someone they love, or somebody would trade places with you in a heartbeat. So before you spend another day wishing for somebody else's life, make sure you don't accidentally miss your own. And also, answer that email, send the text, start the thing, take the trip, post the video, because the luck can't find you if you're hiding. And remember, Mon family, I will be here, same time, same place, still showing up. Bye now.